Well, hi, everybody. Today I'm with Holly Dudley, and she is an LPC intern in Northern Virginia at Integrated Play Connections. So, welcome, Holly.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Thanks, me too. I'm glad you're here. So, Holly, we've got 10 more minutes. What's one thing you would love for the world to know?
I really wish people would truly trust what children are trying to show us in their play. I feel like so often adults are really focused on managing behaviors or teaching a coping skill, but when we really slow down and see that they're already communicating everything we need to know, it's just not always with their words. And that power really shines through specifically in child-centered play therapy, and when we step back and let the child lead their own therapy, we really see their inner strength and that capacity that they already have for healing start to emerge. And we really kind of understand it's not about changing the child, but it's giving them the conditions where they can rediscover that sense of safety that they have, rediscover that confidence and that capability and that inner resources that they already have. Children have such incredible inner resources, and I wish people understood more how our role is to provide the space for that really to take root and really grow within them.
So well said. Trust, play, yes.
Yes.
And I was thinking how play can help things integrate. So I was thinking about how you work at
hmm
Integrated Play Connections. Very cool topic. So, how did you discover this?
So, honestly, I had not even heard of play therapy when I first started grad school. I just
Wow.
knew I wanted to work with kids.
Yeah.
I had a background before graduate school of working in a child advocacy center with some children who had experienced sexual abuse, who were kind of
Mhm.
in that crisis mode. And that experience really shaped me and showed me how naturally resilient children can be. And I just wanted to learn everything I could for how to support them and help them really kind of heal and not just be in that crisis mode. So when I began graduate school, I was looking for an internship and for a supervisor, and I connected with Michelle Walker, who is my current supervisor,
Cool.
and she's a registered play therapist. And that's when I really kind of was like, what is that? What is play therapy? And it
Mhm.
totally shifted my understanding of what it means to help a child and
Yes.
do therapy with them in a way that meets them developmentally where they are. And just watching her model trust and really believing in the child and believing that they know what they need to bring into the room and they will was
Mhm.
really transformative for me. And I attended a training through
Yeah.
Integrated Play Connections, and I met Dr. Samantha Long there too. And now I'm getting to work with both of them. They're the co founders of this Integrated Play Connections. And just the emphasis on relationship really spoke to me,
Yes.
um, and respecting that child's inner drive, I guess, to want to grow and want to feel
Yeah.
better. And it's just kind of moved me from how do I fix this for the child to
Yeah.
how can I just be present with what's happening and trust that they will get there on their own, obviously with the support of the therapist and with
Yeah.
that space, but not really it's my job to fix it, it's my job to teach them what to do, it's my job to give them the space to bring out what they know they need to do already.
Wow, this is so encouraging to me as in the play therapy field. I'm so grateful to have you share this, and it's so nice you have sound like you have great supervisors, and they're just like really nourishing you so that you can give to the children. I have so many comments on that. It's like I love just the trusting theme. So tell me, what's the first step that someone would take?
I think the first step, and this is something I hear Sam and Michelle say all the time, is really to get curious, whether it's your own kids or your clients, really just get curious and take a step away from kind of being corrective, and just kind of slowing down and asking, what is this behavior or what is this play trying to show me? and it really opens up like a lot of understanding. For parents, I would suggest, and I always tell my parents, I'm like, I know you're super busy and you probably do play with your kids a lot, but
Yeah.
kids' perception isn't always reality. So, kind of being really intentional and saying to your child, hey, this next 20 minutes is going to be a really special playtime. Just you and me, and you get to play with the toys in lots of the ways that you would like. And I tell them, I'm like, that's how I open it up for them in the playroom, and kind of giving them this space where there's no teaching, no correcting, no multitasking. Like, I'm playing with you, but I just got to do this one thing at the same time. Just really dedicated. And even if I tell parents, I'm like, if you really want, throw in like some reflections of what you're noticing. Like, you worked so hard to get that right, or you knew exactly where you wanted that to go. And that does wonders for building a kid's confidence, and it also just helps them feel like, wow, that mom's really connected to me right now. Mom really is seeing I did work hard on that. And it helps kids to build that inner voice of like, I
Yes.
can handle these things. Like, mom believes that I can handle this and I can figure it out. So I believe I can handle it and figure it out.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, that not only the reflection and connection, but that building of the inner voice. Because
Hmm.
we are doing really hard work in play. Even though
Oh, yeah.
the word play sounds like play, which it is, of course,
Hmm.
fun, but it's this is really happening as well. So tell me, what's a common obstacle that people face?
I think the hardest part, and I always think from like, I have two kids of my own, so I always think from like the parent side and the therapist side
Yes,
when I hear
definitely.
that. I think the hardest part for both therapists and parents is kind of letting go a little bit, whether that's, you know, you see your kid struggling and you really want to fix it and you want to make it better and you want to use that as like a teaching moment for like, let me teach you how to do this. And they obviously, no parent wants to see their kid get frustrated or struggle, but just sometimes kind of reminding ourselves that that growth and that inner resources isn't going to come from us doing something for them. It's going to come from the child experiencing frustration and being shown that it's still safe and it's still okay to be frustrated and it's okay to try at something and it not to work out. And you know that, as a therapist, from like the therapist perspective, it can also feel like, well, I feel like maybe I'm not doing enough. Like, when I first started in play therapy, I would find myself kind of drawn to, I say when I first started, like it was a year ago, like I still very
Oh,
much do
great.
this,
Yeah.
but I still very much get drawn to, am I doing enough?
Mm-hmm.
Am I helping them enough? Should I be
Mm-hmm.
intervening more? Should I be introducing like this directive so that they know I can help them? And when I sit with that in supervision a lot of the times and I kind of reflect, it's more about me and what will make me feel more comfortable in the room rather than what do I actually believe will help the client in the room. And I have to remind myself sometimes, like, even if I feel like progress is stalling or I feel like we're regressing or something is happening,
Mm-hmm.
just trusting that the child and the client is doing what they need to do and it's not about my discomfort or it's not about me feeling like I'm doing enough. It gets hard. It's not like an easy thing to do, but
For
I
sure.
feel like it's an important thing that I find myself having to get over as an obstacle sometimes.
Awesome. Yeah, trusting that play. I love the very pure resolve around it that it seems that you and your supervisors have. I think it's a beautiful theory to a model to work to that they're teaching you and that we can continue to
Hmm.
bring forward into the world. So how do I know if I'm doing it right?
That is also a hard question because I also say that to myself all of the
Am I
time.
doing this right? Yeah.
And I think what it comes down to is, I mean, what Michelle and Sam always tell me
Yeah.
is, if you are showing up, you're hitting those core values, you're being attuned, you're being present, you're showing them, I hear you, I see you, I'm with you, I enjoy you, I delight in you. As long as you're hitting those, that's enough. Your presence is enough. And I guess progress, like if you want to see, well, okay, well, my the parents I'm working with want to see progress. They want to see that I'm doing it right. What I always tell parents to look for is really to try and celebrate and even write down like the small wins. Because, like, when you're in it with your kids every day, those small wins kind of get like lost in the
Yep.
shuffle a little bit. So I'm like, let's take it back. Where have they shown more initiative? Where have they shown more emotional vocabulary? Even if they're upset and they're yelling, if they're saying, I'm really mad right now, that's a piece of progress because they didn't have the like words to say that a couple weeks ago. They didn't have that ability to identify what I'm feeling is mad and I'm going to say it. It was just I don't know what I'm feeling, but I know it's not good, so I'm going to have these dysregulated behaviors. And when parents and therapists also start to notice these small shifts, like handling frustration differently or like all those things, I always tell parents that's how you know it's right. And it's not about, oh, here's a quick fix, here's a coping skill you guys can take
Yep.
home and
Yep.
practice and everything will be better. It's about the relationship feeling safe enough for kids to practice those skills in the playroom. And I tell parents, I'm like, I see them practicing these skills, I see them working on this. And that means once they feel like they've really got it in here, they're going to start integrating it to other places where they also feel comfortable, like at home and at school and all these things. So sometimes it's like slow, but it's really just trusting that the relationship is doing what it needs to do.
Yes, I love that. It's like you can add to that, like trust play, trust the relationship,
Hmm.
and trust that growth that children want to grow.
Yes.
I love that. And I love how you're talking, you're just touching on this, just frustration as, almost as like intervention. It's like a little bit
Hmm.
of frustration gives us some frustration tolerance, which I
Yeah.
think is just the key to growth and everything. Well, unfortunately, that's our time, and this has been so amazing. Thank you so much for showing up and sharing this with us. And I encourage you to keep going as you deepen into your work. And yeah, I'm just grateful for you and your supervisors and all that you're doing. So thank you. Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so great. Thanks, Holly.